Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're sharing a truly remarkable story from the early days of Hoa Hao Buddhism, a personal account from the venerable gentleman at An Ho Temple about his very first journey to the mountains with the Master. This story is filled with miraculous events that defy easy explanation, so let's journey back in time together. The story begins just before they set off. The Master reminded the venerable gentleman to pack his formal ceremonial attire, a turban and a long robe, a seemingly small detail, but one that hinted at the significance of the trip. When they arrived at the Chow Dock bus station, the Master gave another specific instruction: buy sandals made from old car tires. He explained that it was the rainy season, and the mountain paths would be slippery and covered with sharp, newly sprouted grass. Regular shoes just wouldn't do. This struck the venerable gentleman as odd. How did the Master, who had seemingly never ventured into such wilderness before, know these details with the certainty of a seasoned woodsman? Trusting his guide, he purchased 2 pairs of the sturdy sandals. He also bought 10 loaves of bread, thinking it wise to have food for their journey into the unknown. They boarded a bus heading towards Nam Vang. As they approached a place called Kan Giot Kam Che, the Master suddenly asked the driver to stop. Now this was a highly restricted area. The French had built a prison on the mountain here for political prisoners and those who opposed their rule. It was 1939, a time of great instability, and the area was heavily guarded. Civilians were forbidden, and anyone caught on that road risked being shot on sight. Yet this was the exact path the Master chose to take, leading the venerable gentleman along the forbidden road. They hadn't gone far when a French patrol truck rumbled down the mountain towards them. Soldiers were positioned on both sides, their guns aimed and ready. The venerable gentleman was terrified. He instinctively dove into a nearby bamboo grove, his heart pounding, expecting the worst. After a few moments of tense silence, he risked a peek. To his astonishment, the Master hadn't moved an inch. He was standing calmly by the roadside, casually leaning against a lamppost as if he didn't have a care in the world. And even more strangely, the French soldiers in the heavily armed truck drove right past him without saying a word, without even a glance. It was as if he was invisible to them. Once the truck was gone, the Master simply called out, "Come on out, let's continue." Shaken but obedient, the venerable gentleman emerged from his hiding spot and they walked on. After a short distance, the paved road ended. "This is where we enter the forest," the Master announced. They both switched to their newly purchased tire sandals. As they stepped off the road, the venerable gentleman noticed something extraordinary. There was no pre-existing trail, yet a clear path had been made for them. The cuts on the trees and bushes were so fresh that the sap was still trickling from the wood, and the leaves hadn't even begun to wilt. His first thought was that perhaps some firewood collectors had just passed through, clearing the way. But as they walked deeper, the freshly cut path stretched on and on into the distance. There was no sign of anyone, no sound of chopping, just this impossibly new trail appearing before them. It was as if the forest was parting to let them pass. Sensing his companion's silent wonder, the Master turned and asked, "Mr. Ka, do you know who cleared this path for us?" "Who knows?" the venerable gentleman replied, completely baffled. The Master smiled and said, "The mountain gods have cleared the path for you and me." They continued their walk, the mystery of the path hanging in the air. After a while, the Master looked back again. "Mr. Ka, what are you holding that's so bulky?" "It's the bread," he answered. "And why did you bring bread?" the Master asked. "I bought it so we'd have something to eat on the mountain to prevent hunger." "Give it to me," the Master said. The venerable gentleman handed over the bag of 10 loaves. The Master looped his finger through the handle and carried it for a short distance. Then they came upon a tree with a branch sticking out over the path. The Master calmly hung the entire bag of bread on the branch and simply walked on. Confused, the venerable gentleman hurried to catch up. "Master, why did you hang the bread there? Why not carry it with us?" The Master's reply was simple, yet profound. "I'll leave it there. In case anyone else comes up the mountain and is hungry, they can have it. As for you and I, we will not lack for anything on this mountain." And with that promise, they continued their ascent, leaving worldly concerns behind and stepping further into a realm of faith and miracles. What an incredible story of faith and divine intervention. It shows the Master's profound connection to the unseen world and teaches a powerful lesson about trust. When you walk with unwavering faith, the path is cleared for you, and your needs are always met. Thank you for joining us for this inspiring tale. If these stories resonate with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.